Hey everyone, welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast. We're back. It's me. I'm Gus.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Elyse, filling in for...
No, you're Elyse. You're not filling in for anyone.
Oh, okay.
And I'm Gus.
Switch away.
Yeah, well, that's enough of that embarrassment. How's everyone doing? Everyone ready for yet another podcast from the comfort of our own homes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why not?
I went out. I did something the other day.
No, you didn't. What'd you do?
I got a flu shot.
Oh, okay. That tracks.
I saw my doctor a few weeks ago when I had I had hurt my shoulder and I went to go see him about it, and he convinced me. He's like it would be a good idea to get a flu shot this year just because of COVID and everything. And I was like, yeah, that does sound like a good idea. And he was like, make sure you get it mid to late November. And I was like, yeah, I am gonna get it mid to late November. And I went to go get it the other day. And I went to a pharmacy, and with the pharmacist, gets the injection and everything. He's like, as he's getting everything set up, he's like making small talk. He's like, you get a flu shot every year? I was like, no, it's actually, I can't remember the last time I did. I said, my doctor just said it might be a good thing to get this year. He says, a lot of people coming out to get flu shots this year. I don't understand why. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, everyone's staying home and everyone's wearing masks. So I don't think anybody's going to really have to worry about the flu. And I felt like the biggest idiot in the world. I was like, oh. He's like, well, whatever. If you want a flu shot, that's fine. I'll give it to you. I was like, well, we're kind of already here, I guess.
I think the thinking is if you do end up someplace where you might get COVID, you'd also have a danger of getting the flu. And if you got them both at the same time, it'd be bad.
I guess so. But I'm hopefully not going to get either of them, I guess.
I think you're doing the responsible thing. And I've heard stories of people who say, I don't know how I got COVID. So I can imagine the same thing would apply to the flu, too.
So anyway, be responsible. Free. Get a flu shot, even if the pharmacist guilts you.
Let me ask you this, Gus. Are you on a first-name basis with your doctor?
No. I don't know if I've ever even called him by his last name.
You just call him Doctor?
I just call him Doctor. Why do you ask, Elyse? Are you on a first name basis with your doctor?
I just think that's a bad sign if you are, because that means that you're quite infirm.
No.
Maybe you're just a what do you call it when you always think you're sick?
Hypochondriac.
I almost said dendrophiliac.
Is that someone who loves trees?
Yeah.
How do you know that word, Chris?
It was in a movie or something.
What words do you know, Elyse, that you think is a good word to know that most people don't know?
Phasmophobia. It means the strong fear of ghosts.
All right. It's pretty mainstream these days, though.
Mm-hmm. Well, not when I learned it. Not when I learned it.
I need to address something.
I'm sweating.
Okay.
Are you nervous?
I need to address why I'm hiding behind my mic.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
You're hiding behind your mic?
Yeah, I thought that was just you being you.
Nope, I'm hiding behind my mic. So on Friday, Gus already knows this because I recorded with him since then, but on Friday morning, I was brushing my teeth and then I went to floss, and while I was flossing, it broke one of my teeth.
What?
You flossed one of your teeth off?
Not the whole thing, just a piece of it.
I told Chris that he eats so much ice cream every day, I would think all the extra calcium would have fortified his teeth to the point where they were super strong.
How are they so brittle? Floss?
Well, I guess what happened is when I was a kid, my little brother jumped on my back and I broke my front, chipped my front teeth and
jumped on your back and you broke your front.
Yeah, I fell forward and hit my.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, and when I was it must have been 2007 or something. I had veneers put on because the chip thing kept falling off, and it was one of the veneer things. So hopefully I'm getting it taken care of tomorrow. I'll show you if you want.
I would love to see, but Don't want to
what-
make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, if you're so willing to show, what's the point of hiding behind the mic?
Well, I wanted to.
The
Well, I didn't
reveal.
want you to. I'm hiding for now, but I didn't want like before I told you to be like. It's like when someone's pregnant and they're like, "Wow, they're getting kind of fat," like you like. But if you know that they're pregnant, you're like, "Oh, they're just pregnant. They're not getting fat." And it's same thing as like, "Oh, Chris's teeth are kind of messed up. What's wrong with his teeth?" So
I just kind of saw it. You kind of moved a little bit.
Oh, I can see how Floss broke it because it's right in between. Yeah. That's not so bad, Chris.
well, yeah, it's not so bad, but it's definitely like
It
kind
is
of goofy.
it's noticeable, like having known you for a long time. But
Blaine had the best reaction to it. He said, "Chris now looks like his hillbilly cousin who's illiterate, Amos."
it's such a little sliver. That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a gap in my teeth, but on the wrong side.
You want it on
makes-
the other side? You mean you want it in between the two front
Yeah,
teeth?
yeah.
It makes it look like one of your teeth is in the center of your mouth.
The old Tom Cruise effect.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it gives you the Tom Cruise effect.
Yeah, so anyway.
That was very brave.
Just be careful flossing is all I'm going to say. If you don't want to lose your teeth, consider not flossing.
Yeah, just be like me. Don't ever floss.
Yeah.
Do you all floss? Elyse, Gavin, are you all religious flossers? Do you do that?
Yeah. I got those like the little green plastic things with the just one bit of floss in between. You just get in there.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're awful for the environment, being like a one-use plastic thing.
Yeah.
It's like they added plastic to plastic for your convenience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not the most diligent about daily flossing. I'll admit it. I also have a retainer glued in behind my bottom teeth, so it's virtually impossible unless you buy a specific thing that helps you floss. But like Chris, I feel like I've developed a layer of plaque that prevents any other bacteria from forming or fostering.
Yeah, I guess you can't get plaque on plaque, so you're pretty much good.
Yeah. I'm just second guessing everything now. Because I floss pretty regularly, but look what it did me.
You don't know. This could be like the first step in a series of life events that totally change your life. It's like you're going to go to the dentist now and you're going to meet someone at the dentist office who you're eventually going to marry. And then it's like down the road, you're going to have children with them. And then you're going to be like, I never would have met this person if I hadn't chipped my tooth while flossing.
But what if I hate my wife and kids?
Then you're going to really regret flossing.
Like that just because I have kids doesn't mean my life is better.
I didn't say better. I just said it's going to change your life. I never used the word better.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's fair.
Something I've never messed with is the old water pick.
Oh yeah.
I got given one once. It was like a little cheap handheld one. I think I got given it at like a YouTube event. They were just in the bags. And I blasted it in, and it just flew out and went all over the mirror. And I just thought, I don't know how to do this properly, so I stopped.
Yeah.
Are you supposed,
guess
you're
it's
supposed
good
to do
for
it?
traveling.
You're supposed to do it when your head's underwater.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's the easiest way. That way it doesn't fly everywhere.
No. Wait.
I'm a really
I did try one. Go ahead, Elyse.
No, please. You tried the water pick, and
Well, I bought one and I tried it, and it was so intense. I feel like I bled. Like it was like I turned it on and I was like, "Ah!" Like fighting with it, and then I tried putting it on me, and it ended up just like injuring me, and it hurt so bad, and it squirted all over the mirror. And I kept trying it, and I was like, maybe I hold it further back so it's less intense. And I'm like,
arm's length.
like,
Did you accidentally buy a pressure washer?
well, how do you do with bidets then?
Well, it was a process. I'm okay with them now, but like initially, I was like, it was just it was too intense. I couldn't. I was just like,
Yeah, and you had to stand back.
Yeah,
It's like up a
well, I
ladder.
jumped off the toilet, and I was like, "What?"
Okay, only because you brought up bidets, I have maybe an embarrassing question to ask. I understand how like the bidets, like I don't know what the proper terms are. I'll call it a modern bidet, right? Like the kind you plug into the wall and it attaches to your toilet. And when you're done, it like sprays you and whatever. I understand how those work. I've always been curious about the old style. What do they call them? French bidets, like where it's a separate thing.
It's like
you
a
go to?
low down sink.
Right. What's the process there? Do you like shimmy over to it when you're done using the toilet and then use
Yeah,
that thing?
I think you get up, maybe you fill it a little bit because you can plug it, but it also has the upward spray. I think you squat over it.
Do you pump?
Spray
Is it a
straight
hand
up your
pump?
ass. No, it's like a tap. It's like a
Oh,
and it shoots up your asshole. And I think you sort of do all this, and then you can also fill it with warm water and like get up in. I've never used one. My grandparents used to have one, and I just used to look at it and think about how it worked.
I can't. The whole process seems. That process seems awful to me. Having to move from the toilet to a different device and then using all of that. I just don't understand how you do that, or why that's superior to not using it.
What, are you worried about poo falling out of your butt while
Yes.
you walk over to it?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, because the cheeks will hold it.
Listen, Gavin, do you want to hear a disgusting story? Because I could tell you a disgusting story.
I don't.
Absolutely.
Years ago, how old was I? It was before Rooster Teeth. I was probably 22 or 23. I lived in an apartment up in North Austin. And I had gotten home from work and I had to go to the bathroom. So I was sitting on the toilet and my cell phone rang. But I didn't have my cell phone because we didn't have smartphones, right? It was like old style cell phone, no screen or anything. I had left my cell phone in the living room. And as I was sitting on the toilet, I thought, oh, that's my mom. My mom was supposed to call me. I need to talk to her. So like I did that shimmy like you would do from the toilet to the bidet. I shimmied over to the living room to get the phone to pick it up to talk to my mom. I just answered. I was like, I'll call you back, whatever. Then went back to the toilet, finished my business. And then as I walked out of the bathroom back to the living room, I found a little nugget, like tiny little bit in the carpet. And I was like, I really shouldn't have done that. I should have thought this through. So I can tell you from firsthand experience, the cheeks do not necessarily hold it in.
but what's happening? What's happening that you've got free falling nuggets at any given time after the process?
I wasn't done. I was still on the toilet.
No, you must have had like
You
a
did-
hanging
or you-
Grogan.
I've got a very hairy butt.
Yeah, you must have been.
Show us
have
Chris's
been-
tooth again.
That was a straight up dingleberry. I don't think that was falling out of your anus as you were walking.
So I'm just saying, you got to be careful. Well, I wasn't walking upright. I was doing like a really weird squat walk, which probably did not make the situation any better.
I found a little turd recently.
You don't have to
come
tell
on.
anyone, Chris.
What's wrong with everyone?
Wait, no. It wasn't mine.
Oh, it's the dog.
So I suspect that Booger occasionally will eat his poop,
Oh God.
because there was one like morning and I woke up and I smelled like, oh, he pooped inside. And then when I actually got up, I looked around and there was no poop. I was like, I could have sworn I smelled poop. And then the other day I went and I was like, I went and took him out and I was like, huh, he didn't poop this morning. That's weird. Why didn't he poop? And then I went back in and I looked out by the rug by the front door and there was just one little tiny little brown, like, what do you call nugget poop? And I was like, is that a poop or is that a piece of dirt? And so not thinking, I picked it up and was like, oh, it's poop.
Hey,
And so
go ahead. Sorry.
anyway, so I can only assume that he pooped, felt guilty, ate it, and missed one.
So Chris, in our chat over here, I see Eric has a question for you, and he
Yeah.
asks, "Has Booger ever licked you in the mouth?"
100% yes.
Yeah, absolutely. He's drank out of my drink, and I'll just drink. I mean,
Oh, Chris.
No, Chris, don't do that.
Don't.
No wonder your teeth are falling out.
I mean, it's a dog, like it's not like he did it right after he ate his poop. I think this was, I made sure it was a while. It was a good distance. And also, I do not have 100% confirmation he's eating his poop. I've never seen.
Okay, fair
The
enough.
the dog that like poops inside and then eats their own poop is like the perfect crime. It's the icicle in the hot tub as a murder weapon sort of thing. Like he gets away with so much. Benson's he's only pooped inside once.
Ever?
At once ever. He's such a good boy, and he was clearly sick.
Wow.
He was clearly sick, and he went inside, and then I've never seen him look so ashamed. And I felt so bad, and I like profusely hugged him and told him it was okay because he looked so bad. He looked so upset that it happened.
That's a good dog.
Poor
He
Benson.
is a good boy.
He's a really good dog. Benson is a good
He's a
boy.
good boy.
Did he try and eat it?
He didn't try to eat it, no.
Speaking of pets, Eric sent me a video right before the podcast started that I'm totally obsessed with. I guess someone trained their cat to hit different buttons in order to indicate different things that it wants. So there's a button that it taps and the buttons will say food. So if the cat wants food, it goes and presses that button. There's another button that says pets. If the cat wants pets, it'll go and push that button. And there's one video where the person's filming it and the cat's hitting the pets button. And so the owner starts petting it, but then the cat hits the mad button. So it's like the person's not petting the cat the way the cat wants to be pet. So it's like pets, mad, pets, mad. I wish we could have like that kind of communication with all our pets. It would make things so much easier. You could understand. I'm sure like if you have a dog or a cat, like sometimes it'll look at you and be like, I don't know what the fuck you want. What is it? And like there's no way to communicate. If we all trained our pets to use buttons, we would have no problems.
Yeah, we're missing out on a lot of. I feel like pets are a lot smarter than they can convey, and we don't understand. But like these button things are cool because you can learn when a cat wants to go outside or when it's hungry. There should be a standard for all pets, but maybe not with giant buttons all over the floor. There needs to be some sort of technology thing, like something that just wears around its neck and it just says shit.
Like or the keyboard from Big.
Yeah.
And then whatever that they play.
Chopsticks means they're hungry.
Yeah.
I wonder if pets think we're dumb because we're like, I don't know what. And they're like, rah, rah, rah.
Isn't it cats that think humans are just like big dumb kittens?
Yeah. That's
Even though we can do so much more stuff. Like drive, I can't, but some people can.
How do you feel about babies knowing sign language?
Yeah.
I have a friend who will go to do like dog hangouts and go to a dog park with, and they were telling me that they're like, oh, there's this new dog park that opened up, and you can get a special collar, and it can tell you which dog, and if all the dogs are wearing this special collar, it can tell you which dogs your dog is friends with. And I'm like, why do I need to know? Like, what am I gonna do with that like information? Like, am I gonna like call that dog and be like, hey, like y'all are friends? Like, or I could just watch them play. I don't know. It was just one of those things that was like, you'll see who your dog is playing with. I'm like, but I can do that. I don't need a caller to tell me that.
Yeah. Also, like you're saying, what are you going to do with that information?
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if my dog has a friend.
Well, maybe you want to take it beyond the dog park, though. Make this a friendship. You meet up later.
Like a sleepover?
Well, you could do that. I could see that, but you could do that anyway. You could just be like, if you see your like dog playing with
Chris,
another
you and I
dog,
both know if that's an attractive woman, you're gonna want to know if those dogs are friends. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna want to know. Okay, so maybe you put the collars on the dogs.
All right.
Fall in love.
Put the
Just take the info.
Yeah, but what if it ends up like my tooth? You know, with married and kids I hate.
It might. Don't teach those babies sign language.
Yeah.
I don't actually know everything about the baby sign language thing, but I hear that it solves a lot of frustrations if the baby can sign.
Wait, really?
Why can't the baby just learn how to talk?
Babies can do a lot that they can swim too. You could just chuck them in water.
I can swim. I'm not that impressed by that.
Chris, if you met what appeared to be the woman of your dreams and you introduced her to us and stuff, and I looked into the future and saw that you were miserable with her and your kids, and I told you, would you believe me and like sack it off?
From most people, no, but you're weird like that way, Gavin, where I would like, you have weird intuition. That's pretty good.
I would just look at you both. I'd be like, Chris.
Give me this
And Chris, what if I was on the opposite side of the room and I went, just go for it, man. Just go. I went, ignore him. Go for it, man.
We're like the devil and the angel, but you don't know which one's which.
Well,
I went, no, I saw it too. She's good.
I would say, I feel like Elyse is very much prone to give people the benefit of the doubt and be at like, look for the best in people. And Gavin just has like more just good intuition and instincts. Not say that you don't, Elyse, but you.
No, I don't. You're absolutely right.
In chat here, Patrick JD asks, why does Chris just assume he's going to hate his wife?
I think he really does.
I don't. I'm not assuming anything. I just assume I might hate my kids. I didn't say what.
Surely you won't hate your kids because they're your kids. You'll love them no matter what.
Yeah, no matter how much of a shithead they are.
What if I find out they aren't really mine?
See, Chris, what's wrong with you? Do you want to talk about this? I mean, I feel like there's some underlying issues here.
I'm just coming up with reasons why I shouldn't get married.
I think there's an expectation that if you have children, you love them unconditionally.
Yes.
Do you think that's not the way to do it?
No,
I think my love could be conditional. I don't know. I have this conversation with James where I'm like, I think I could go either way. Like,
yeah,
the kids are duds. Maybe I back away.
I feel like mine is.
I don't know.
Mine would be unconditional with an asterisk, where it's like there are some conditions, but they're very specific, and you got to not do that. But mainly unconditional.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to worry.
What would be the?
They're not like Chris's dog. They're not going to eat their own shit to hide it from you. I mean, it's fine.
That's not inherently a bad trait.
Chris,
I don't want him to do it.
are you going to defend shit? Are you seriously going to defend shit eating on this podcast?
I'm not saying I want him to do it, and I'm not going to reward him for doing it. But I didn't have to clean up the shit.
I bet if you checked Booger's adoption description right now, it would say like friendly with other animals, house trained, eats own shit. 100%. And Chris read that and he knew.
Well, I mean, 100%. He doesn't poop inside very often, so that's why it's hard to pin down, because it's not like he's just it's like it's happened a lot, or where I suspected it's happened a lot. He's pretty good.
I think he's smarter than that. I think he's smarter than eating his own shit. I think he did shit. I think he's done a huge dump somewhere, but in order to throw you off, he laid down a tiny nugget somewhere else. So you thought that was the main shit, and he'd mostly eaten it. But really, he's got one.
I thought you were going to say he's really smart, and he's hiding it under the mashed potatoes.
Oh, yeah. I agree with Gavin. This might be some type of brown herring situation where Booger thought he could throw you off, literally, his scent. But if I know Chris, like I know Chris, and I think I do, I think Chris knew about the shit eating, but Chris is a very inventive, creative person who can think outside the box, and he said, I can work with this.
I can work with it. Yeah, I can use this to my advantage. I have to feed him less because he eats poop.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. Hey, we launched a podcast shirt today. I feel like I should let's change the subject. Let's stop talking about shit eating.
Is it the shit eating shirt?
Let's talk about.
Wait, I have a shit eating green now. I have a shit eating grin now.
There you go.
Because of the tooth. Anyway, I'm done.
That should be on a shirt.
We launched the Eric I'm Just Little shirt.
He's on like 4 podcasts. He's got his own shirt. It's bullshit. It's bollocks.
Tell Booger not to eat it. There it is.
My favorite part is that Eric is currently in Discord going, show it, show the shirt, show it now.
There it is.
People gonna buy that?
I'm just
Listen,
little.
listen. I
I
had it ready. It was ready to go, and then it was like, "Oh, Shane, you got to show it now. Show it, Shane, show it." But anyway, here it is. Check it out.
Can you do the pose and we'll fade between them?
I can try.
He's much bigger than the
Is it this
shirt,
way?
though.
Well, we'll have
the
to
shirt's
enlarge,
little.
But he's
we'll have to
still
enlarge
little.
the shirt.
I'm little, and then you have to go like this. Hang on. Wait, I got this, Gavin. Hang on, I got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
there
we can
go.
wait. We can wait. Yeah.
Yep,
For
we're good.
audio
Here.
listeners, Eric is zooming into
Okay.
the shirt.
Listeners, who listens
He
to
is
this?
recentering the
Here we go.
shirt.
And
Okay,
then
there we
center
go.
it up.
Ready?
That actual size.
Yeah.
Ready? Okay, then I'm about here, I think. Okay.
That's pretty good. That's
really
pretty
good. That was actually really good.
There you go.
You little freak.
I'm little. So you can go to
wonderful.
bit.ly/I am little.
Did you make a bit.ly yourself? Because I don't see that anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, of course I made a bit.ly. What kind of question is that? Yeah.
We
I
got
made a
that
bit.ly
shirt
myself.
before we got Gerple.
Yep. Well, Gerple's coming. So, okay, Shane, make it go away. I don't want to look at it
Did you
anymore,
say
please.
I am little?
It is bit.ly/capital I, lowercase m, capital L, lowercase ITTLE. Come on, Gus.
Oh.
Pay attention.
I
Why did you-
am, not I am.
M little.
Gotcha.
See, it's right there.
What movie is
gotta
it
pay-
from where there's a hero moment and the character goes, because I'm little? What movie is that?
Stuart Little.
No. James, what movie is that?
What movie?
Where the character has a hero moment and they're like, I can do it because I'm little.
Are you thinking of?
It's from Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Oh.
Movie trivia.
Alright.
His
Fair
mo-
play.
I never saw the Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Oh, Gus, tonight, that's what you're going to do.
Is it good?
Yeah, you'll enjoy it. It's quaint. It's charming.
I get into it. I'm desperate. I'm desperate for stuff to watch. I'm like running so
Have
low
you seen
on
the
things.
new Witches?
I have not yet.
I want to.
I think
That movie-
Eric's right. Why don't they call that movie The Mice?
Because the
The
witches
what
are the
movie?
things that haunted my dreams as a child.
Yeah, but what about the mice? But the children are the mice. And it's
you wanted
about
the-
Did they
them.
become mice?
You wanted the book/movie to be called The Mice?
Yeah,
Well, it seems like it's more about
It's
the
about-
mice than the witches.
it's about the mice.
It's about the mice's fight against the witches. It's about the
It's
witches.
like-
the witches are the thing that make
Right,
it a story.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if you understand the sentence you just said, but it's
That's
it's
like-
about the mice.
That's like calling the Terminator the Sarah.
But Sarah Connor is the real hero.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean they
doesn't have
called
the same
it,
ring
they,
to
they,
it.
they called the
Thing.
TV show the Sarah Connor
Sarah
Chronicles.
Connor Chronicles.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, but that was
Alright.
after you. That was because you already knew what the Sarah Chronicles were. Sarah Chronicle.
But you didn't know who the
Whatever.
Terminator was before you watched the Terminator, Chris.
But you knew. But that's who it's. That's who it's like. The story's built around the Terminator, and all the other characters are reacting to it. The witches.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is the Sarah. No, it doesn't make any sense.
Over the weekend, I saw a documentary that at first I watched a trailer for it and I thought it was a mockumentary. I was like, there's no way that this is real. And I sent a link to the trailer to Eric. And I think Eric's response on text was, oh my God, what the fuck? Is this real? Where can I watch this? It was a documentary called, what was it called? It was called Tickled. It was about,
Oh, yeah, we talked on the podcast. didn't we?
have we? I don't remember talking about it. Maybe I wasn't on that episode or maybe I just forgot. Holy shit. It was about, what did they call it? They called it competitive endurance tickling or competitive tickle endurance.
It's a hell of a rabbit hole, that one.
Yeah. It's about people
Chris is
who,
yawning.
And Jan, that was my inhaling through my new tooth hole.
people who participate in this pseudo sport where they get tied down and tickled by other people, but then it turns out that it's someone with maybe a tickling fetish who's funding the whole thing, who blackmails people who
Who else did
participate
they
in the
think it
sport.
was?
yeah.
That's my biggest question is like, why would that be a surprise to anyone? That's where the money's coming from.
It was just such a strange rabbit hole to go down. I mean, at first you're like, well, yeah, of course someone's getting off on this, but then it's like how vindictive they are about it and like trying to quash any questions into the organization or organization or the people who are doing it. It was just really weird. It's only like an hour and a half long, hour and 45 minutes, but super interesting. And then I read that the person who they think in the documentary, the person who they think was like funding the whole thing, confronted the filmmakers at the premiere at a film festival and like yelled at them for an hour during a Q&A. And like, I can't imagine being at that film festival, watching the whole thing, being like, wow, that was crazy. It's like, holy shit, the guy is here and he's yelling.
And then didn't that make it into the documentary? Like they were making it at the premiere, or is that just separate footage?
I think they did like a separate like follow-up, like a 20-minute addendum to the documentary,
Okay.
and I think that made it into that. It was just like such a weird journey.
It was all
like, at first,
funded.
watching the trailer, I was like, this got to be a mockumentary. This isn't real. No, it's real. Like, and
Funded by Big Tickle.
I haven't seen it, but I remember I think James saw it and then like recounted a bunch of it to me. But are the people that are competing, are they like are some of them just into being tickled, or are they purely in a competitive spirit participating?
You get they interview very few people. Very few people were willing to talk on camera about their experience doing it. I think they only had like 2 or 3 people. And they said, I mean, basically their story was that they just wanted money. You know, it paid well, and they just wanted to get paid.
Yeah, it seemed like a lot of just normal dudes who were, just easy money, and then the footage was being used to blackmail them.
Right. And, you know, this like, there's
Wow.
nothing really questionable about it, I guess. Like, it's a little strange, I guess, but it's not like they were nude or doing anything strange. They just were tied up and tickled.
What is the evolutionary meaning behind being ticklish? Like, what's the point in that? Like, there's a ton of human stuff where it's like, oh, that makes sense from like a predator point of view. But why are we ticklish? Where did that come from? Are animals ticklish? I think like a cat's belly is sort of ticklish to them.
Is that why they attack you?
Pets.
Why are we ticklish?
I think Gavin's right,
I didn't say why though.
but I know you were thinking it, man. No, well, you mentioned kind of like predatorial stuff.
Yeah, but
Okay.
what kind of predator? Just
Here's what
like,
Vox
rubs you a little bit?
says. Why are some body parts more ticklish than others? The places you're most ticklish tend to also be places most vulnerable to physical attack, ones without bones to protect them, like your stomach. This makes sense according to those who believe that tickling has something to do with learning to defend oneself.
So where you've got no bones.
Yeah, it's like
But I mean, the bottom of your feet have bones pretty close to them.
Yeah, it's true.
There's bone
Darwin-
right there.
Also, I feel like the most important part is my brain. Like, surely around my head should be more ticklish than it is, even though there's
but bone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Eric's right. Why the bottom of your feet, but not the top?
Hmm.
The bone is very much more prevalent on the top of the foot. There's some soft tissue on the bottom of the foot, I feel like.
I guess.
I would like a foot that had the bottom on the top as well, just to even it out. Because you're always dropping stuff on your foot, and it just hits bone. Why not have a heel on the top of your foot? For the
Really
droppers out there?
calloused.
Yeah. Ew.
That would
The
be great.
filmmaker that made the Ticklish documentary, he made this other Netflix series, or well, it was distributed on Netflix called Dark Tourist, where he kind of goes and does really macabre or extreme and essentially dark tourism locales. So he goes and visits them. So like he goes to a weird vampire commune in New Orleans. He visits like, you know, some war monuments and stuff. I don't remember all the episodes. So I'm not the expert here. It's been years. I also get really stressed out when the camera's just on me. I feel
Don't look at it,
and
Elyse.
I'm like,
Don't look at it.
I'm like, keep talking, Elyse, keep talking.
It's funny because usually when you're talking to someone face to face, you're like reading their face kind of as you talk as a reaction. But when you're just looking at your own face, you're just like,
yeah. When we're doing this podcast and then it switches to my camera, I'm like, oh, I have no idea if anyone else is like
Like
shaking
right
their
now.
head. Like, no, no, the crossfade, no. Oh no. Anyways, it's pretty entertaining.
I feel like I've seen that. I've never watched it, but like when I'm like scrolling through Netflix, I've seen Dark Tourist on there. He seemed like the person who made it seemed like he had a really good eye for that kind of thing. I'd be curious to check it out based on my experience with him investigating the Tickle King. I saw you tweeted that they're going to distribute a Selena miniseries on Netflix.
Yes. How big of a Selena fan are you, Gus?
I grew up in South Texas, Elyse. Selena was huge.
Oh, I only watched the movie with Jennifer Lopez.
She used to. Like, I grew up in a really small town, but she wouldn't necessarily. I don't think she liked the town I grew up in, so she wouldn't play there. But she would play like there were a bunch of like small towns nearby. She would play communities in the area all the time. I remember growing up.
The last time I hung out with Eric in person, we watched Selena.
Okay,
this was back in like March.
he's not denying it.
No, there's nothing to deny. He's
What?
right.
Hey, Eric, do
What-
you remember when we watched Hobbs and Shaw in D-Box?
Yeah, that was a weird mixture of people going to see that movie. That was bizarre.
Might be the only time I've ever hung out with you outside of work.
I think it was, and it was seeing that movie, and I still don't know who Hobbs is, and I don't know who Shaw is. But we watched it. We watched the whole thing.
So wait, you watched that without watching the Fast and Furious movies?
I've seen some of them. I've seen like the fifth one. There's like a seventh one.
Yeah, that is the
Didn't-
recommended.
Didn't they
viewing
say
order.
they're ending the series at the 12th movie? Wasn't there news about that recently?
Yeah, they're like
They
11 or
say
12 or
that.
something.
I bet they say that, but that's just so more people watch the 12th one.
That's mainline too.
Yeah, the ending after 3 more movies.
Man, it's almost as prolific as like the James Bond movies at this point. There's so damn many of them.
That would be 4 trilogies.
And that's
It could-
hardly a big commitment. After like, oh, we're ending after 3 more.
What would that be called? Like a dodecology? What is
I guess.
what's a 12 trilogy?
I guess.
I don't know.
Like the Alien box set was a quadrilogy, right?
Quadrilogy.
That's
Yeah.
what they called it. I don't know. Dodecology, sure. We'll go with that.
When are they going to go to the moon? Isn't that something they're going to do?
That's
That'd probably
movie.
be the 12th one.
That's movie 12. Yeah.
Let's get to space.
Was it you who tweeted? I think I learned about water on the moon from Elyse today.
I made a retweet, but I didn't have any personal scientific findings or commentary
Right, but
on it.
I learned about it because of you. I will forever remember that in one single day, I learned about a Selena series on Netflix and Water on the Moon, both courtesy of Elyse.
Wow. I don't even know what to say. I mean, I've seen Selena a few times. I think the series looks promising. Horrible backstory, of course. What else can I tell you, Gus? I'm trying to see if there's any other news I know. Oh, No Time to Die rumored to be coming to streaming.
Yeah, Apple TV, I think they said. I think Apple and someone else are bidding for it.
See, at least I just look at your Instagram and I don't learn about any of that stuff. I just see you running. That's mainly what I see.
I like to do that. I feel like it's a thing that just makes me feel good, and I have a little way to chronologue or catalog it for myself.
It's surprisingly watchable considering you're like
Thank you.
mid running. It's not like all over the place. It's like oddly, I don't know. It's like quite satisfying.
Oh, thank you.
Not in a creepy way. It's I don't know how to phrase it. But
It's like we're running with you backwards, staring right in your face.
except I'm sat on my couch.
Someone in chat, I didn't see who it was. Someone said that maybe you could call it a dozenology.
That's pretty good. And if they happen to do one more, just call it a baker's dozenology.
Yeah.
It works.
Kitty Lumpo said you could call it a 12ology.
What's
So
the word for
there's ideas out there.
What, Chris?
Dulceology? Dulce? That's 12, right? In Spanish?
Dulce. There's no L.
Dosology.
Yeah. Someone else in chat, Jasper127 asked, why are they pronouncing Selena like that? Because that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, Selena. I remember when she died, a lot of the like Spanish language news channels. She was really only, I guess, mainly popular on the border and like in northern Mexico. And a lot of the Spanish language channels, when they were reporting on her death, pronounced her name Selena.
Selena.
How did she die?
She got
her
shot by the
manager.
president of her fan club. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, it's like horribly tragic and twisted because she's just, by all accounts, seemed like the sweetest person with such a bright future ahead of her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm curious to see it. I'm curious to watch it. I remember when that happened. Like, I was in high school and like there were so many people in my school just like crying and breaking down. It was like a lost day at school. Like people were just so upset and shaken by the news.
That's crazy. It's amazing that some people have that ability just to like grind the world to a halt when they die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there was it was supposed to be Grant Imahara's birthday the other day, and I saw like some threads on Reddit, paying tribute to him, talking about him, but also saying like, what are other people who, when they pass away, like really shocked you and shook your life, and it's just strange to think, like reading through that list, it's like, yeah, man, those were all like really great people. It's a shame that we lost so many of them. Even like Granny O'Mahara, that was like a really shocking one, seemingly out of nowhere.
Chadwick Boseman too.
God, yeah, Chadwick Boseman, forgot about that. That was so recent. Terrible.
It's tragic.
It's
I think the biggest one of all time in my lifetime was definitely, Princess Diana, just because the high profile of it. I feel like no one did anything that day. There's just people crying in the street. It was mental.
I just remember. Go ahead, Elyse.
No, Chris, please.
I just remember seeing it on TV and then not understanding who it was, and then I was like, "There's a princess."
That's very on brand for Chris.
Well, I was like, I don't know how old what year was it?
96 or 7?
97 or 8, yeah.
I thought it was 97.
It might be because I feel like aside from the English, Canadians just are so fascinated with the royal family. And so when it happened when I was little, I remember, like you're saying, Gavin, not to that extreme, but it was the kind of thing where it was on TV all day for the next week. But I also remember when John F. Kennedy Jr., his plane went down.
Yeah.
That was like a big deal, and everybody was fixated to that.
I was at the book depository in Dallas when that happened.
What?
Oh, really?
I was in Dallas and I was like, I've never been to the book depository. I want to check it out. And I was going in and I was buying a ticket, and they had like CNN on TVs in the lobby. And like, as I was buying my ticket, they cut away to breaking news, and they were like, JFK Jr.'s plane is missing, and this and that. I was like, well, I'm never going to forget where I was when this happened.
Well, I was at Martha's Vineyard a couple days before it.
The biggest shock here is that Chris has been at Martha's Vineyard.
I always found it so weird that they've spray painted like an X on the ground where JFK was shot. It's just like a little bit morbid that you can like stand right there on it, and they've marked it. I feel like leave it blank would be nicer.
I hope wherever I drop dead, there's an emoji that's put on the ground.
What emoji would it be?
Probably the face like the.
I saw here in Austin, one of the local
it's like under
news
a
stations.
piano or something.
They reported there was a shooting last night. Someone got shot in Austin, and they sent a tweet about it this morning, and they included an emoji of like the red siren. And I was like, when I die, like, it's funny you're saying this, because like when I die, I don't want a news organization to put an emoji next to it.
Yeah.
But you're treating emoji like it isn't a part of language now. Like it's to stay.
I mean, I guess, but like even emojis are different between different platforms. Right? Like there's no standard. Like everyone has a red siren, but it's going to look different on every platform you're looking it on.
So you'd be like, damn it, I wanted the iPhone version of this emoji.
Right. It's like that whole thing we talked about years ago, like how a cheeseburger emoji, the cheeseburger is constructed differently on every platform. There's no standard.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like, I think on some of them, the cheese is at the bottom. On some of them, the cheese is at the top. Some of them have tomato. Some of them don't. Some have lettuce on the bottom. Some have lettuce on the top. It's like every cheeseburger emoji is different. There's no standardization here. Some of them are clearly wrong. You would never eat a cheeseburger that looks like those emojis, but they still exist.
I always found it strange. Go ahead, Chris.
Do people actually put the cheese on the bottom on purpose?
So I thought that was really weird and fucked up and the wrong way to do it until Chef Mike pointed out to me that Big Macs do it that way. The cheese is at the
Really?
bottom. Yeah.
But why do they do it?
I don't know. So
Is
you
it
have
because the sauce is such a major component of that? So you want the sauce on top?
I remember
Maybe your
finding
tongue-
it so weird that Apple changed the gun emoji to like a water pistol.
Oh, I think it's because they didn't want guns.
Yeah, but I mean, but if it is like within language and within just normal words, why? I mean, you can still type gun. You can still write gun. It doesn't change to water gun. It was just a weird choice to me to swap it for like a goofy looking gun.
Maybe there's an issue with kids, like school threats, and like, oh, is that technically, could that be interpreted as a school shooting threat or something like that?
Yeah, I feel like if I got the same thing with a water pistol, though, I would feel the same way about it.
Yeah, you just read the room, infer what that water pistol might mean.
Yeah, but
I mean, I can half see why they did it. In the other sense of just like emojis being used in language, it doesn't really make any sense to me.
yeah, the inference is still there.
Yeah.
so I was thinking, your tongue is on the bottom when you eat, and that's where your taste buds are. So maybe that's why if the cheese is on the bottom, you might taste the cheese first.
Yeah, but it's not on the very bottom. It's not like under it.
Yeah, but like if you take a bite and then you're chewing, you're more likely to taste the cheese.
Right, but when you make a cheeseburger, we did a video the other day, Chris, where you made a cheeseburger. Where did you put the cheese?
I put on top. My instincts are on top.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Eric says, fantastic point. Your tongue is on the bottom.
Why isn't the tongue in the
There
middle?
it is. See, there's a Big Mac. Cheese on the bottom.
Cheese is like the third thing up, though.
But there's like 3 layers of
Eric,
so much sandwich and Big Macs. There's like there's 3 buns, 2 patties, and 1 cheese. It's like it doesn't matter at that point.
special sauce, lettuce, cheese. Get it right. Say it all.
Whatever.
Pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
It's crazy. I know how I feel after eating one of those, and it's not good. But I want one so much right now.
It's
How
the
does that work?
carcinogens
What?
in the meat.
Eric,
Yeah.
stop.
Get out of it. I want a Big Mac so much,
Big Macs are good.
but I'll just be miserable. And I'll have like Big Mac burps later. It's no good.
There's a vegan there's a vegan burger place that's pretty decent in the Whole Foods down at 5th and Lamar. Next Level Burger, I think it's what they're called. It's good.
Yeah, you know what I realized?
What?
What?
I've been at Rooster Teeth for 10 years.
10 years?
As of like this month. Like this within this week. Like this week.
I've had Chris Demarais in my life for a decade.
James.
You're welcome.
Chris
All of
Demarais
the
been at Rooster
2010s.
Teeth for 10 years.
What do you do?
Chris been at Rooster Teeth for 10 years.
Checks out.
Oh, okay.
James
He's
Willems,
not
everybody.
What are you
not
going to do for
surprised.
the next 10 years?
Well, I don't know. It depends on if how this tooth plays out. You know, maybe I'll get married and to some dentist.
I
lady.
think. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No,
Sorry.
that's all I had was get married to some dentist
Oh.
lady or other patient who also had a tooth missing. I don't know.
I think that Rooster Teeth should fill in that gap with a precious metal of your choice.
Ooh.
That should be your 10-year gift. Gus?
most
Oh yeah,
expensive gap.
it's like when you get like a broken dish and you like put like gold inlay or something to fix it, like same kind of thing. Just get like a little platinum in there, Chris.
What about
Whatever you
carbon
want.
fiber?
Ooh, then you'd be like
I-
an expensive sports car.
I wonder if what is the most expensive element I could put in my mouth? Because there's something better
Plutonium.
than gold.
Plutonium?
Yeah, but that might
Something radioactive.
fill it.
What about some like ultra depleted uranium or something? Is that still bad? Probably.
It just still
Probably.
seems like right in your brain might not be a good idea.
If it glowed in the dark, you'd never need like a flashlight. You'd be set.
What about tungsten?
You mean wolfram?
Oh,
Wolfram?
californium is the most expensive chemical element ever.
Well, it's
More
'cause
than
it doesn't really.
Einsteinium?
It's because it doesn't really exist.
It's been synthesized once.
Yeah. It's like one of those theoretical elements. Like that whole area down there in the periodic table, like that's all bullshit. That's all nerd. That's all nerd
if they
stuff
made it
down
one
there.
time, I feel like if you had it, even if it was for a split second, that counts.
Eric
If it's
says.
in theory, then get out of it.
Eric says Californium knows how to party 'em.
I'm looking at all the most expensive materials, and a lot of them are drugs.
I meant to,
Diamond.
okay.
Diamonds.
While Chris figures that out, I saw something that I meant to mention earlier when we were talking about Big Macs. I saw there was a some kind of developer, I think it was a web developer, who came up with a website that updates and lets you know if the McFlurry machine is broken at any McDonald's in the world. So I guess like it checks their API for online ordering every 30 minutes
So
and updates
it-
on the map.
Oh my god!
So it just shows you where to find a McDonald's.
I'm getting McDonald's tonight.
Are you really?
Oh, absolutely. I
do
mean,
it
we just
too.
talked about it so much.
What do you get? What do you go for? Do you go for nuggies?
I get a 10-piece nugget combo with fries, and then I get a double cheeseburger. Sometimes I upgrade the drink to a chocolate shake. And then I eat all that because I'm a pig. I just
Hey,
eat it all.
But then you just
Gus.
run it off.
Kenny3043 said I get a rooster tooth.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
I want to know if I passed that mark where I've been at Rooster Teeth more than half of its existence.
yes.
Yes.
10
Have
is
I?
greater than half of 17, so yes.
Oh, okay, then yeah.
I know
In my
the
head,
math-
I was like,
the math's a little complex on that, but I've
I
got
couldn't remember. I couldn't
I can figure
remember
it
how
out
long.
for you.
I thought it'd been around for 20 years in my head. I was like, am I that close?
2003.
Elyse, you should totally do another running video, but just stuffing your face with McDonald's.
It's like
Yeah,
French
Fries
fries.
going everywhere.
But really, have it really stable.
I would have to buy 2 meals because I would, if I just bought the one and then used it on the video and didn't get to enjoy an actual meal, I would be disappointed. So I would have to buy 2. But I guess that's a sort of really good idea, actually.
Maybe you could the one that you waste and not enjoy could just be like a cheeseburger. Well, how much are those? Like still like 99 cents or
No,
something?
I think it's all,
like-
recently James and I, we were going through a McDonald's drive-thru and he doesn't really eat it, but he was driving and so we were going through it and my order came to $14 and he was like, $14 for just your meal? How is that possible? And it wasn't like we were getting any other food. It was just for me.
What was the big pricer on there?
I don't know.
Did you have a McFlurry?
Sometimes I get sundaes and then I add extra chocolate sauce.
Ah, that's
the
how they get you the toppings
Ooh.
to shit.
I've never thought to do that. That sounds amazing.
Oh, you have to. It's the only way to do it. Like tell them to put as much sauce on that will get them fired. Just keep pumping.
Well, I
that
don't want them to
sauce.
get in trouble.
Well, because you could be like, right, you know how much sauce will get you fired.
Yeah,
Just slightly less.
slightly
than that.
less than that.
Put that on.
Put that on. Chris, I can tell he's got a sweet tooth. He's thinking about it.
I'm gonna go McDonald's. McDonald's app's got a lot of good shit on it.
Oh, Chris, I wish that you were getting your passport photo renewed or your driver's license photo renewed or something right now.
Oh, you should. You should get one. Even save it for your next passport or something.
Oh,
Or you should see if there's like a part that they can write into Dead Little Roosters that Josh can add for like the I don't know.
I feel like
What's
it's
that?
not quite bad enough though. It's not like Jim Carrey's tooth in Dumb and Dumber. Where
Yeah.
he, like left it
It's like
proper cracked.
what's his name in The Hangover? Ed Helms.
Ed Helms.
yeah, like where he
Yeah.
pops his tooth out.
Yeah, that was good.
You'll be able to tell. I think we filmed like 3 videos with it broken. So stay tuned.
Well, this is one as well.
Yeah, this is one of them.
But this is the only one that's come out because we do it live. All the other ones are going to come out in the future.
Oh, I read an insane stat. Do you know how much Google pays Apple to be
Oh.
the default search engine on an iPhone?
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Chris, do you know per year?
Per
How much would you guess?
180 million.
180 million. I read in this thing that it was between $8 and $12 billion a year,
Oh.
and it accounts for like 15% of Apple's annual revenue. That's a shitload of money.
It's a lot of money.
It makes
Listen,
sense though. When you think about how many times you've Googled something on your phone, it's
I want to.
up
I want to
there.
talk to. I want to talk to Mr. Google right now. Give me a single. Come in on me, tight, Mr. Google. Mr. Google, I have a message for you. I'm willing to let you be my default search engine for the low price of $8 million a year. Not billion, $8 million a year. Google will be my default search engine. Please contact me. You know how. You've seen all my searches, and let's cut a deal. All right, that's it. Have a good day. Have a good evening, Mr. Google. I
I don't know what value Google will get from that, Gus.
know what value I'll get from it. I'm not. Listen, when you're making a deal with someone, you don't care about their side. You got to worry about your side. What's my end of the deal?
What's
8
in it for
million.
Gus?
Right. That's the art of the deal. That's negotiation.
It's
And if you,
such
yeah,
an
you're right.
insane amount
Eric's
of
right.
money.
If you don't listen to my demands, I'll use Bing. So help me God, I'll use Bing or DuckDuckGo. I think that's a search engine too. I'm not sure.
But here's the thing: it's not like people can pay an amount. Like if Bing wanted to be that, they can't pay like $5 billion and be on some of them. They have to outbid Google. So that is just
there's-
the price of an iPhone spot.
There's other options too. Like Google's the default one, but you can change it. There's other options in there. I think DuckDuckGo and Bing are both in there. Let me look. I don't even know how to change it.
I mean, like
They should
Apple
just-
doesn't have a proprietary web browser, correct?
Well, they've
But how
got Safari.
How difficult is that to set up? Apple, I feel like they're trying to take in everything under their own. They're taking in like chip manufacturing and shit. Why don't they just make a search engine?
I don't have an iPhone or a Mac, so I'm
guess-
fairly out of the Apple ecosystem, and it feels good.
I guess they don't think they can make... I bet if it does feel good. But I guess they don't have to... They would have to make at least $8 to $12 billion of revenue through their own search engine to make it worth it, right?
There are 4 options you can change here: Google, Yahoo, Bing, DuckDuckGo.
I wonder.
Ask Jeeves.
I don't think they're around anymore.
I wonder if one of them was like just makes an offer just to make Google pay more. You know, we'll pay you 19.
Yeah, but then what if it backfires? And
Yeah,
what if-
DuckDuckGo can't take the hit. That would be wonderful if DuckDuckGo tried to bluff.
Yeah, they were like 13 billion, and Apple were like, all right. Shit, we need cash.
It's a lot of. It's
But
a
all
lot
of a sudden,
money.
everyone would be start using DuckDuckGo. Who knows? That
I
could.
feel like I want the money for it. Like I want to be paid by Google to use it. Wait, that
Hey,
doesn't
that's
work,
what.
though,
That's
does it?
my angle. I just did that.
Yeah, but I don't want $8 million. I just want to. I want to be able to. Why can't I monetize it? All these companies are selling me.
So-
Why can't I make any money off me? Right? Why are they? Why are they making money with my information?
Damn right. They're ripping us off. You okay, Elyse? That's your microphone.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My dog's just being loud.
That's fine.
Oh, you're trying to
Well-
mute it.
So
We'll allow
I,
it for dogs.
I didn't want to disturb. Just,
What's
he
he
gets.
doing?
Sounds like he's driving.
That's the traffic outside. Oh, there's a lot going on, and this apartment is under an overpass. No, James was just going to take him out, and so he got really excited. But because he doesn't bark, so he just like kind of wiggles his body a lot, and his nails make quite a loud noise on the floor.
Yeah.
Gotta love him so much.
Benjamin's the same way. He never barks, which is a great quality in a dog.
Yeah.
I love how quiet he is. But same problem. He's got nails, and on the floor when he's walking around. The worst is in the middle of the night. Sometimes he'll get a little restless and he'll walk around and be like, oh my God, stop walking.
Oh, yeah.
Just fucking go to sleep.
I don't have that problem. Sometimes I have to hold a mirror under Benson's nose to make sure he's still breathing. Because he's been asleep for however long.
Benjamin is a super deep sleeper, and sometimes like he'll start barking in his sleep. And if I call his name or if I yell, he doesn't get up. If I touch him, he doesn't wake up. Like I have to shake him, and then he'll like stir and he'll look at me like I'm an asshole. Like, you were the one barking in your sleep, dude. Like he doesn't understand why I'm waking him up. It's like, you are being so fucking loud right now. Like, he doesn't bark when he's awake, only when he's asleep.
That's the same thing with Benson.
But maybe it's because he doesn't even get to bark in his dreams because you interrupt him.
Maybe
He doesn't know the joy of barking.
I love when Benson roughs in his sleep because he doesn't bark in real life. So I feel like he's living to his fullest in his dreams. You know, he's always running in his sleep. So I feel like in his mind, you know, he's a 3-year-old dog and he's living his dreams and having.
But do you know
adventures.
what that means, though? Do you know what that actually means?
No.
That means when he's doing that in his sleep, he's not dreaming about you. Like if you were there, I assume he wouldn't be barking.
Well, what if he's dreaming about something bad happening to you and he's fighting to save you?
It could be that.
I would take that.
Does Benson ever howl in his sleep?
No, I've never heard him howl. I would love to, but
the only times I've ever heard Benjamin howl is in his sleep. Sometimes I'll be dead asleep in the middle of the night, and I'll get like startled awake by the loudest, like most mournful, sad howl in the world. I'll have to go over and check on him. Like, are you okay? You wake up, and he wakes up and he looks around. He's like a little disoriented. Like, I really wish I knew what was going on. Like, I wish I knew what that dream was.
Do you only call him Benjamin?
Yes. He has some nicknames, but the default 99% of the time is Benjamin.
It's a lot of syllables.
I feel like I have so many names for all of my cats.
I named him after Benjamin Linus from Lost. That's how old he is.
But that guy was a dick.
Yeah, but I liked it. Like,
Lost?
he was the leader of the others.
What happened to him in the end of Lost? I don't remember. He turned the wheel.
I don't think you see him until the thing at the church where everyone gets back together.
I remember he killed John Locke. Spoiler. He kills him.
Eric is saying redemption. It's been a long time. I really need to rewatch it. Getting back to the island with Hurley. Oh, that's right. Was it Hurley and Benjamin there at the end? Benjamin Linus at the island. Like, people were wishing that was a spin-off. Like, they just wanted to see their adventures together.
I've only seen the first and last episodes of Lost. So this is just
what was that experience like?
I can't imagine what that is.
Sorry, Chris.
I don't know. I feel like I should just watch the last episode. I watched a couple seasons, and at some point I was like, I feel like they're just like treading water.
They kind of went all over the place with it.
Yeah.
When did the time travel start?
There's time travel?
It's a time travel show, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you find out that they did a bunch of shit, that they caused a bunch of shit, I guess. They like built the hatch that took their own plane down. Is that what happened, Gus?
Listen, you gotta watch out. I'll admit, the show suffers because the writer strike happened during season 3, I think 2 or 3, and things went a little off the rails for a while. Then it had like long breaks while they waited for the strike to resolve. But I think it ended up well. A lot of people don't like the ending. I thought the ending was great. It's a fantastic show. I'm going to rewatch it. I'm going to start tonight.
No.
I'm gonna rewatch all of Lost.
You said, Gus, you would lend me your Blu-ray, and you never did.
Yeah, COVID happened, dude.
This was like 4 years ago. What do you mean?
Exactly.
Gus, I can
Is
give
COVID
you.
also the reason we didn't watch Tottenham Crystal Palace in 2015?
You're catching on.
Someone
Gus,
said,
I'll give you a list of like 10 other things to watch besides rewatching Lost.
Lost is so good. But
Is it, though?
send me your list. I'm curious to see.
Okay.
BB Bacon says,
Go ahead.
BB Bacon says this is like the first 50 episodes of this
Yes,
podcast.
this whole podcast was a Lost podcast. That's how old this podcast is.
Lost was a weekly show when this podcast was around.
Wow.
I did recently get into Cobra Kai, and I binged the 2 seasons of Cobra Kai on Netflix. I don't know if anybody else has watched that. That actually ended up being pretty good. It's like the modern update on the Karate Kid, like what happened to Daniel and Johnny from the Karate Kid, like in present day. I think
Wasn't
it started.
a YouTube original at one point?
Yeah,
It
started as YouTube original, and then I guess Netflix picked it up, and Netflix is going to fund the next couple of seasons. I think the first 2 seasons were on YouTube. They weren't going to continue with it. They sold it off to Netflix, and now I guess it ended up being really popular on Netflix. So they're working on the next 2 seasons of that show, I think.
It's such a testament to platform being everything,
Yeah.
you know, because everyone could have watched it, YouTube Premium, but just because I think the accessibility of Netflix and it's in your face and you kind of take it with a tacit endorsement if it's on Netflix, especially if you see it rising in that Netflix ranking. Because James was watching all of it. He's a big Karate Kid fan though. And I kind of like that it's this weird Cinderella story for Ralph Macchio, and I forget the other actor's name, but it's kind of nice that they are getting this little renaissance.
Yeah. Well, I like also, I mean...
Billy someone?
No, I don't remember. Oh, God. I saw... But I feel like it was inspired by that video that was kind of popular a few years ago about how Daniel LaRusso was really the asshole and the villain in Karate Kid. They kind of lean into that. William Zabka is his name. And
Billy Zapka.
There's even a scene in Cobra Kai where that William Zabka, he's sitting down and he's like giving his perspective on everything that happened in the Karate Kid, and you're like, yeah, that's all really fucked up. I feel bad for him. It's like, yeah,
but doesn't he deliberately try and like break someone's leg at one point?
That's like at the very end, and like that's kind of like written off like his master was bad or his sensei was bad and told him to do that. But like in his retelling in the Cobra Kai, he says like, yeah, you know, I had my girlfriend, everything was great. This kid moved into town from Jersey, started like interfering with my relationship. We kind of got into it over the summer. I didn't see him for 3 months. Then all of a sudden at Halloween, he attacked me. Like out of the blue, I'd forgotten about him. It's like, oh yeah, that is weird. The time on this movie's really weird.
Wasn't he dressed as like a shower or something?
Yeah.
What does he go as?
Yeah. And he's like, this kid attacked me on Halloween, and then this old guy showed up and kicked all our asses. And he gave one of my friends brain damage.
I was always surprised
God.
at the age of the kid in the movie. I always thought he was a teenager or something, but he was like in his 20s.
Yeah.
Are y'all doing anything
Crazy.
for Halloween?
I was just gonna ask.
Quarantining.
Excuse me.
Bless you, Elyse.
Thank you. But are you dressing up at home, Gus?
I'm gonna dress up as myself, Gus, the old Gus Sorola special. What about you? I'm not doing anything. Is anybody else doing anything special? I don't want to be like a rain on everyone's parade.
Well, I don't have any plans. I'm not doing anything, but I did get a costume.
What'd you get?
Oh, I could go put it on right now.
Do it.
Okay. Can I do that?
Yeah, go. Great. It's not school. You don't have to ask for permission. Just fucking go do it.
You didn't give him his hall pass.
I had a costume I was gonna get, but then this month kind of got away from me. It was more just because I thought it would be funny, but it was to get a full Edward Scissorhands costume with like the white face paint and the scars and the wig and the bondage and the scissor hands, and then I would just be at home wearing this full thing.
I like that his name is Edward Scissorhands, but you listed his scissor hands as like the 6th thing in the costume.
I got a costume for RTX. I guess I could put it back on. It's right over here. It's the official Dungeon Master costume.
Oh wow.
It's got this thing. And
Do you think Chris will be mad that he went to get dressed and he comes back in your dress?
Yeah,
I've
and your
got-
costume's better.
I've got my whole costume ready to go, and it's all tied up and tangled in my headphones now. Oh shit!
Cut to
Okay,
me. Cut to me, TD.
Okay, there.
Cut to Gavin.
Okay, I saved it.
Gavin, I guess you didn't grow up celebrating Halloween, huh?
Not in the same. It wasn't like a huge deal. You could still go trick or treating though. People would do it. It's just not. It wasn't like a big party night. I guess like all the good stuff from Halloween wasn't there, and all the kind of irritating stuff was. Like it's a good night for bevs these days.
Well,
Isn't it?
not
Well, not
these days.
These days, but back in the old newer days.
Yeah.
But what would they give out in England? Like, mash, here's some mash.
Yeah, just spoonfuls of mashed potatoes straight into your hands is how you would do it.
And then
I got
you'd,
given
Potato sack.
like satsumas a lot. People just not wanting to, just people like giving me shit from their fruit bowl because they didn't.
then you
go
start
shopping.
eating the mashed potatoes. You discover Booger hid something under there.
Oh, booger.
When Chris said, "Let me put on my costume real quick," is this how long everyone was expecting
No,
to be gone?
I thought it would be like
or
45 seconds.
maybe 1 minute. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't just me. Just
No.
wondering.
I
Have you
bet there's
seen-
face paint involved.
Oh, maybe he's got in full makeup. Yeah.
Do you think the podcast will be over and we'll all be gone and he'll come back? Like, where did everybody go?
Should we just leave?
We're just in the podcast.
And you have to see him in the post show.
Oh, that
That'd
would be
funny.
That would be really funny. No. We'll wait.
Okay.
I don't want to do anything mean to Chris. I saw someone in chat. Who was this? The Bordone asked if I saw AOC streaming Among Us on Twitch last week. Yeah, I watched it. It was really interesting to see. It was like the third most popular Twitch stream of all time.
Wow.
Yeah, that was fucking wild. I think when I was watching, there were 460,000 people watching at the same time, which is funny because I saw like she announced on Twitter that she was going to be streaming on Twitch. She was going to be streaming Among Us, and there was a really snarky reply right away that was like, "Who asked for this? Nobody's going to watch." And then like that night, 460,000
Yeah.
people are watching.
Of course.
Yeah. A lot of people being like, "Oh, you're just not doing any work." You don't... All right, Chris.
What?
You want to walk us through it?
You don't know what I am?
Chris, I'm giving you the opportunity to walk us through it.
Huh?
What?
We know what you are, but you
Oh,
should tell us and describe
yeah,
it
yeah.
for the audio listeners.
So so I'm Finn from Adventure Time, and with Booger, who is Jake, who looks just like Jake. So we're Finn and Jake from Adventure Time.
Nice. That's
Got
good.
the
I like
bunny
it.
ears.
Yeah.
And check
It's
out
a
my
good-
shorts.
It's a good costume.
Oh, let's see the shorts. It's good. It's good effort there. All right, well, be careful.
Chris is standing on a rolling chair. We're about to get a full moon. Okay, no, he stopped. We're getting instead a sack of potatoes there in the front.
God. Might have to blur that for YouTube.
That might have to be blurred for YouTube.
That could have been
Was
a
there
little bit
anything bad?
testicle there. No, I don't think so, but, it was...
Are you wearing underwear, Chris? I have to ask.
I don't know. I changed really fast.
It was so fast. Who can know? I mean, that's great, Chris.
No, it's great. It's good.
Thank you.
We're going to be wrapping up here pretty soon, but I feel like it would be it would be remiss if we didn't remind people to go out and vote. You can go, if you're curious to get more information, you can go to gamers.vote to find out what you need in order to go vote. The election's next week. Lots of early voting going on. I think 60 million people have already cast their vote. It's going to be...
You voted.
I voted already.
I voted.
think Chris voted already. Gavin and Elyse, you can't vote, but I appreciate the encouragement. So go vote. It's going to be a historic election by all measure. So take part in it. Go do it. Like Eric said, it's not cool, but go do it. All right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap this podcast up. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you guys again next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.